What is up, guys? Here from Madden YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about the fade stop when used on the bunch side of the formation. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. Most recently, I just released my Nickel 245 defensive game plan with over 2 hours of breakdowns, breaking down your passing coverages against most popular metas like bunch and trips tight end, also how to shoot the most popular heavy run plays in the game, and a lot of different ability setups that players are not using that are starting to become more popular here as a result of that game plan release. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Now let's go ahead and get into today's video. We're going to be talking about the fade stop route, and this is something that you're going to need a wide receiver apprentice or an outside apprentice or a hot route master quarterback that can put a fade stop route on the field before we flip the formation. Now we're going to bring back the play Clearout flanker in, which is a play that a lot of players think is dead. Obviously, this is a play that some players have rekindled a little bit with a flat route. I do find that it's a little bit inconsistent against people that like to Mabel their coverage, but we're going to show you something that's really interesting here with the fade stop route as it pertains to cover 3. So want to go ahead and call this here, and we're going to show you what I like to do with this route. So you're going to want your outside apprentice to be your outside receiver on the wide side of the field, and he's going to be the solo receiver pre-snap. So for the play clear out, which you see that I've called nearly 2,000 times for almost 15 yards a clip, this is one of my favorite plays in the game that got patched a couple weeks back. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to use my outside apprentice or my hot route master to give this solo receiver on the wide side of the field the fade stop route. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip the formation. Now, what this is going to do against your cover 3 style defense is this is going to give me the ability to now smart route my fade route. And you'll notice that when I smart route the fade route, there's a difference between it when it's stock. You notice how it's basically a streak for about 3 yards and then it fades hard to the outside. The fact that it cuts so quickly to the outside is part of the problem with throwing this route. Because it has a quick cut to the outside, it gets into the grid. And we talk about grids all the time. It gets into the grid of this outside third too quickly, which pulls him back. And that's part of the problem with this play, you know, with the title update. So what we're going to do is smart route this fade. So it runs a streak for 10 yards before it fades. And now what we're going to do is smart route this fade stop, and we could go ahead and motion it to the outside on this play. Now, if you wish, you could go ahead and slant the backside receiver on a playmaker. You could put the tight end on, you know, any route you want, an out route, a flat route if you want to throw it quick if they're setting their zone drops back to Narnia. You know, you can put them on a crossing route, you can put them on a post. You can do a number of different things with this, but I like him in this stock route as well because he pulls the center fielder in cover 3 away from the fade that we want to throw to CeeDee Lamb. Last but not least on this, we're going to motion snap this fade stop to the outside. Now, again, you guys know that I love the fade stop route, especially smart routed, because it's actually like a 20-yard curl route. It shows as 15 yards, but it actually runs at about 5 extra yards and causes the outside third to bite down. So I want you to watch this little trick here. We snap this ball and watch how when he stops, it pulls that fade stop, or it pulls that outside third all the way down. I tried to hold on to the ball so you could see that there. We also got a little bit rushed off the edge on the right. But watch how when this route stops, this outside third that looks like it's biting back on CeeDee Lamb is like, no, I've got to cover this because it stops. So he stops, and now this throw all the way over the top is going to be open. But of course, as well, this route does a good job at 20 yards of clearing out for the slant a little bit. I mean, yeah, the slant stops, but you know, you could have the ability to throw this slant underneath of this fade stop route as well. Never mind the fact that if you wanted to just drag this player, it actually serves as a nice little high-low read if you were to run something like this. So maybe we go ahead and put the fade stop on the field first, flip the play, drag the X receiver. Now we're going to smart route. We're going to smart route the fade stop and the fade. You could actually put the running back on his delay flat as well if you wanted to use that instead. But what this will do is not only pull for cover 3, but it'll also sit down nicely in cover 3 as well. You could actually throw that ball right there if they have like a deep half over the top, where that outside third doesn't bite back. So let me go ahead and show that again here. Put the fade stop first, flip it, smart route B, smart route right bumper. You could leave you could leave Gallup on his route. You could go ahead and put him on, let's say for instance, you want to do something like this. Maybe you go with the curl flat with the tight end and then leave Elliott on his little check and release flat to kind of pull down any hard flats that might exist. Now, again, with this, your center fielder is less isolated. So you're going to be able to, you're going to have to be able to make this throw over the top away from him. And obviously Gunslinger is going to make that throw a lot easier for you. But you see right here just how easy this throw is going to be. And you've got a nice little high-low read on both sides of the field. So this is against cover 3, obviously, which a lot of players think is impossible to beat now. When you got a curl flat combo over here, you can throw the curl there. You've got this route pulling down. You see that obviously you can throw the fade stop. This outside third is really, really, really enamored with this this fade stop route on the right. And then you've got this throw over the top to the fade. So again, we'll go ahead and show you. There's a lot of different things you can do with this. But in general, this is one that I really like against cover 3. See right here again with this motion snap, kind of just let him run his route. You're going to get free release to right bumper. Fade stop pulls that guy down. Obviously, you need a stronger arm quarterback than what Dak is giving you, but this video is more about the outside apprentice for this particular tip. But again, you definitely can tell just how valuable this can be. Another thing you could do if you wanted is go ahead and flat the tight end. This allows you to maybe play curl flat on the backside with the running back. Again, though, you're going to need a gunslinger quarterback to throw this ball away from the middle third. See right here as we kind of run this here. See how that route would have been open. Obviously, that fade stop route is in a really, really good spot. Dak is really selling this video, just for the record. But obviously, this is a way that you can get this open. Now, that's not the only way that you could use the fade stop. There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of bring this into your bunch offense. Let's say, for instance, that you're running Z-spot. Everyone likes to play 25-yard curl flats this year. Let's talk about Z-spot. So if we're facing cover 3 with 25-yard purples, you could kind of do a similar way to attack the sideline of the play Z-spot. So you come out in Z-spot flipped with the solo to the right. Now, again, you can't flip the stock fade stop. You have to be able to hot route one before you flip it. So make sure that you pay attention to that. So I'll go ahead and reset the play. You're going to put B on the fade stop. Then you can flip it, which will keep his route on the field. And then you could go ahead and run, your Z spot the same way, still smart route B. Now, because we got a 25-yard zone right here to guard that corner route, you're going to notice that the fade stop stopping at 20 is going to be something that gets open underneath of it. So you're going to see we can throw this ball basically right here, make that catch. And again, that would be something where if you want to use deep out elite on that receiver, that would help him catch that ball more consistently. Never mind the fact that when you run this play by default against 25-yard purples, that corner route basically gets open either way. All you have to do is wait for the tight end on his streak to pull that guy and then kind of throw the ball there on the sideline. So you see, like, I can throw that ball. Obviously, again, Dak selling the throw, but you see that he kind of sits on the sideline very, very well right there. So again, this is a way that you could definitely attack, cover 3. You also don't even have to motion the Z spot route. Let's say for whatever reason, they're playing 25-yard purples. Go ahead and reset our defense here, 25-yard purples. And you want to be able to throw this little route as a 20-yard curl over the middle. By leaving the tight end on his route, if you have 2 routes releasing to the outside of this curl or this fade stop in the middle of the field, you're going to get an action in which you have this hook curl and this curl flat both drop to the outside of the fade stop, opening up this throw back to the inside. So watch how that hook curl kind of drops outside. Actually, right there, he did a good job. But if you kind of scramble away from it towards the rollout, which so many players like to do when they run the Z spot play, that will pull that hook to the outside. So I'll go ahead and illustrate that again for you. Sorry about that. So you could run the play just like this and, slap a double team on somebody to help you roll out. And you could basically dictate that that hook flows outside if it's not their user and throw that back over the middle. Obviously, if they're using the middle of the field, they're going to have to stay, pretty well dedicated as well. So, if you want to go ahead and run this play, you have to imagine so many players are going to be using this guy and they want to get out there and guard that. So imagine for whatever reason that they want to play like a hard flat and guard that corner route. So again, we'll mimic the user right here on Devin White. That's going to put them in a spot where this is rather difficult to defend. So they go out there to cover that. They'll just assume that fade stop is a pull route more often than not, because so many players still do run Z spot like this, where they just put, something that looks like this on the field. More players are streaking the tight end than the outside guy, but that's really going to look no different than this in terms of how it starts. You see right there that if they don't user that corner route, it's going to end up getting, wide open on the sideline for an easy gain. So, you could go ahead and kind of mix up that outside receiver being a streak versus being a fade stop route. Obviously, when you run it this way, the corner route's not open, but you're more likely to get a user that's going to chase that corner route on this, because they don't know at this point if B is a streak or if it's a fade stop. Then he spots up in the middle of the field. You could throw it right there for an easy gain of about 20-25 yards. So again, very, very easy way to kind of diversify your bunch offense by using this flip trick with a fade stop. Again, it spots up so well in the middle of the field. And again, you can kind of see right here that the fade stop is doing a decent job. If they're playing any type of hard flat style coverage, you could go ahead and put that fade stop on your field, and it'll serve as a decent enough pull route for a short period of time that you can actually throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb. So you're gonna see right here, he gets out in front of that enough, you could throw this ball down an outside pass lead right there. So, in certain scenarios, it can act as a pull route for a split second. I wouldn't advise using it all the time, especially if they're dropping their zone drops to 25 yards. But again, this is just another way that you can kind of diversify this offense. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, using the outside apprentice and flipping it to the inside, get some pretty crazy stuff going on. I mean, for example, you get the C route working the inside. You're going to be able to throw this ball out over the top of 25-yard purple zones too. I mean, you see right here, obviously, again, Dak selling this video a little bit, but again, you see that route is definitely like a 40-yard route over the top of a 25-yard zone drop. So just the tip of the iceberg. If you guys stuck around long enough, I wanted to show you that little tidbit at the end as well. So there it is, guys. Fade stop, flip to the inside into your bunch side. It can serve as a nice check down route. Not really a check down when it's 20 yards, but it can serve as a pull route. There are different ways to manipulate the hook zones into, running away from it over the middle of the field. And obviously it's a great route if you've got a player that likes to user the bunch side, because you're forcing them to choose to guard the 20-yard curl or that deep outside corner route from zone coverage. So that's today's video, guys. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, certainly drop those below as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel here. Check out gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, if you run that bunch offense, you're going to want to start to use those delay fades. That particular vault tip that I just put out is absolutely money for you bunch guys, and you will need to add that right away, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are sick and tired of, delay fades, if you even use them at all, bunch running away right away and you have no control of them. We're going to show you how to keep control over the tight end. So go check it out, guys. Hopefully we'll see you on the website. If not, we'll see you guys here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.